Welcome to Convicted Hearts. We are live. I am here with Denise. What's up, Denise? How are you?
What's up? Good, good. How's everybody? How are you, Jen?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Fabulous.
Oh, you always do.
Good, good. How's everybody? Am I echoing?
You gotta echo.
I'm all right. I'm all right. Fabulous. Okay, hold on. I gotta close something out.
Echo.
Okay, hold on. I gotta close something out. Okay, I think we're good.
You got it? Okay. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Okay, you guys, when you come in, if you can please hit the thumbs up so we know you're here. We greatly appreciate it. But yeah, everything's been just kind of a regular Sunday around here. I guess you could call it that. I went to church today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like the second week in a row. So I'm creating a healthy habit. What do they say? It takes like 3 weeks or something to create a habit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good evening.
I'm trying to find.
Hey, Brenda Love. And
hi, Brenda. You're going to have to tell me who's on.
Yeah, I'm going to put them on the screen right here.
They do not work for me.
So we have, I don't know how you say it. You got to correct me. Sauce.
Sauce.
Sauce. Is that what it is? I'm trying to say it all correct.
I know. Yes.
Hi, Brenda.
Brenda.
What's good, girl? So yeah, I went to church. Me and Ruby. Everybody else bummed out. They were too tired.
Aw.
So I was late though. I'm always late. My grandpa used to tell me I'll be late for my own funeral.
Oh, so. That's bad.
Right? I'm trying not to, like, even when I wake up like early, something always happens. Something always comes up.
Yeah.
But we made it. So
right on. Yeah, no, but that's true. It's like when you put your alarm on and just something always has to come up.
Yeah.
Hold you back at least 10 minutes, right?
For real. Hey, Nay Love, how are you?
Hi, Nay.
Got the beautiful ladies in the house.
How are you? She's so pretty, huh?
Sauce. Yes. But trip out on this when I was coming back from church, right? Mm-hmm. So the house right next to me, and I'm kind of being a chismosa right now, but the guy that lives there, he used to work at the same car dealership I worked at.
Oh, okay.
And like the same week I started, he got fired from there because he was doing the nose candy in the bathroom.
Oh, no.
And he got caught. Like there was already rumors, but.
Girl, I got to tell you a story.
Okay.
But
Don't forget.
No.
Okay, so he got fired, but he lives right here. But this is sad. Like I'm shifting gears right here. So on the way home from church, convicted to Christian, what's up?
I need to put you higher. I can't hear you good.
Oh, likewise, convicted to Christian. I'm definitely thankful for that. I appreciate you. So I see a fire truck, an ambulance, and 2 cop cars right at their house. And I can't get by because the street's real narrow,
Yeah.
What's up, Riverside? Gracias.
Cool.
Yeah. So I can't get by. I have to wait. And my daughter and her friend, they went in her friend's car. So they're behind me. And she's like, Mom, what's up? What's going on? Like, I don't know. I can't see anything. And I know the lady there, she's been sick for a while, right? Because like I don't want to say got out, but we saw her walking down the road one day, like with just a t-shirt.
Oh no.
She wasn't sounding coherent. She was like, I got to find my doctor, stuff like that.
Yeah. So
finally the ambulance left, all the cops, the cops stayed. When I drove by that Friday, I saw them writing something. And I was like, I wonder what's up. And thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, they left. A couple hours went by, and I'm like, let me go to the store and get. My daughter wanted a roast, so I'm like, let me go get the stuff for it.
Yeah.
So I went, and when I'm going down, girl, the same like funeral home people are there, like loading the neighbor.
Oh no! So she passed.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
How sad.
I was like, what a bummer to see that,
Heck yeah.
So.
I mean, that happened with this neighbor over here. I don't know if I ever told you about him, but I'll get to the story about the car dealership. But this one right here, my neighbor, so he was a tweaker, right? Big time tweaker, right? And he just moved there with his tia, and the tia been there since I've been lived here from way back. And right now she's probably 100 and I'd say 103.
She's still alive?
Yeah, and she walks the street. She walks the street. My daughter caught her at 2 a.m. because my daughter took out her dog and ended up. What does it say?
Did you go to the Cowboys game last night?
No, I didn't go to the game because I didn't go to the game, Andrew, because of the COVID that's going around in LA. It's stronger than it is here in Orange County.
Really?
I just got scared. That's all. But that was my birthday. That was one of my birthday gifts to go to that game.
That's right.
Yeah, and I refused it. I said, you know what? I'm not going. Sorry, I told my girls and my husband, no, I'm not going to that game.
Saludos, Sea-Dog.
Sea-Dog.
What's up?
Okay, so the tweaker neighbor, right? He ends up moving there with his tia, and like I said, she has been there this whole time that I've lived here. And so she's like 103, I think, right now. And so is her sister-in-law across the street. But her sister-in-law across the street has caretakers that take care of her.
Okay.
And they kind of go over there and they watch her, whatnot. But my daughter was outside with her dog and caught her outside with her purse and her hat and everything, like ready to go. And my daughter says, hey, she walked her back and told her go outside, So she did that, and then we ended up telling the people across the street, hey, she was out last night, and so they're watching her more. But okay, so she had her nephew moved in with her because he lost like everything. Ended up moving in with her, big old tweaker, whatnot, and we didn't get along with them. I was going to church at that time, and I told him, you know what, Chris, man, I'm praying for you. I pray for you all the time, because he would cuss me out and everything, and I would get into it with him. But I was into church like I was going every day, so I was kind of like, I'm going to talk to this idiot,
Right.
He's still an idiot because he's talking shit, in my language, but he would talk crap and yell over the phone, over the fence or whatever. And then there was times where he would like paint his car, and my car, I'm like, he's gonna get paint on my freaking ride, right? Like, can't be doing that, primering his stuff, and it's going everywhere. So I'm just like, man, you can't be. So I would tell him stuff. And so getting to that, one day we wake up and there's a homeboy in front of my house. He's on a wheelchair and he's sitting in my driveway, and I go, and I'm looking at all the commotion. I'm going, what's happening? What's going on? He goes, I don't know, but I think homie passed away. And I said, what? Sure enough, coroners come, back up, load him up, and I tell the lady who passed away, the investigator, I said, who passed away, the lady or the son, the guy? And she said, the guy. He OD'd.
Oh.
And I was like, damn, that's a shame, man. I never, you don't wish death upon nobody. And, you know, but you're like, this idiot, man, he has to like go somewhere.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's a weird feeling, right? Like, you don't really know. I mean, even though people can sometimes be like a nuisance to you or cause you troubles, you don't want to see someone go out like that or like anything,
No.
That's definitely like
not at all.
Like this lady, she's had brain cancer for a long time, and then she got dementia too. And she's not even old. So that's what was a trip. Like, she's not even what would be considered to be old, So
well, I told you my husband's grandma lived to be 94 or 93, 94.
Yeah.
And then just these two neighbors have been here that long, even longer, because they're still here.
Yeah.
Dementia, they're not.
Hey, but what is it though? Like, and I don't mean this in any disrespect to anyone. What is it about the tweakers always seem to live forever? Yeah. Like, and I have them in my own family, so I'm, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I'm don't take that as medical advice, anyone. I'm not saying that like is guaranteed for you, but it just seems like out of all the things you could choose from, they seem to.
Well, yeah. Look at what happens when a drunk driver crashes.
They're the ones that normally,
They survive,
they're
right?
the ones that survive, and then whoever they hit, yeah. God forbid.
There was a lady that was down in LA. It just happened recently, like 2 weeks ago.
Right, Mr. Wilson.
Remember? I don't know if you remember. She went right through the.
Hey,
she was a nurse.
Really? What about the one? That one, yeah, she killed 6 people.
Yeah, she killed 6
people. That's right. See, dog, thank you. New channel member. Gracias, hermano.
Oh, nice.
Appreciate that. That's what's up.
Right
but
on,
too, what about that one happened? I don't know if it was in LA. I know it was down south. The actress, Anne Hesh.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the video?
No.
Girl, I saved it. I'm going to send it to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm like still traumatized. So trigger warning to anyone that gets traumatized easily.
I watched it up until like last week, and then this week has been like chaos. I haven't.
It's like something. Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened. I'll try and break it down. Hold on. Can everyone please hit the like button for our friends? Thank you. Convicted to Christian.
Thank you.
That's right there. Okay, so she wrecks, God forbid, she stops at a little shop, she buys a wig, and the guy even took a picture with her. He's like, she seemed coherent, she seemed friendly, she didn't even care.
Crashed into the house, right?
What?
She crashed into the house?
Yeah, she crashed into a house and it caught fire.
Okay.
So now there's footage of her, like where she went into a little storage unit first. You know how they have the buildings? And she was like, it looked like she was trying to get away from someone. She was like backing up all erratically. And like she kind of hit a building trying to get out of there. I don't know how she ended up there. But as soon as she left there, she goes speeding down that street she was on. And so fast. I forget what they clocked her at, but somebody's ring camera caught it.
Oh, wow.
And then you hear the explosion and the fire. But trip out on this. So they get her. This is awful. They said in the report it took them almost an hour to get her out of the car. And it broke her breastbone, and then she had severe like brain trauma. But so they get her on the gurney, and to me, I'm not a nurse, so I don't know the terminology, but it looked like a body bag to me. But as they're wheeling her like through the cars, trying to get her to the ambulance they're going to put her in, there was like 3 different ones there. She pops up out of it.
Shut up.
I'm not playing, girl.
Shut up.
No, I'm not playing. Like a zombie. Like sit up.
No.
Pop out of that thing. And they're pushing her down.
Shut up.
Yes. And it happened like right before they were about to push her in the ambulance.
Is that why she wasn't pronounced dead? Because she was pronounced dead at the hospital, right?
Right. So they kind of like kept her. You know how someone can, I don't know how they say, they can be brain dead, but they keep them on life support in order to salvage their organs because she was an organ donor.
Okay.
So supposedly that's why they kept her on life support, but they were saying she was brain dead, but I don't know.
Dude, that's scary.
I don't know if I'm like a conspiracy theorist, low key, but the way she popped up like that.
Who taped that?
The news stations. It was from a helicopter. Yeah, so it was from above, like it was from a news helicopter. And now they're saying that what was on her was not a body bag. It was something called like a burn blanket because she was so severely burned that like, putting the straps on her would have caused severe pain. But I was thinking, what a trip though, because I watched it over and over. She still had her hair. Like normally that's the first thing to get burned, right?
Well, yeah.
It's human hair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying. It seemed a little suspicious to me. But God, R.I.P. to her. I don't know.
Ooh, yes, R.I.P. to her. That's crazy.
That is crazy. But honestly, the first thing I thought of is she has like 2 kids. So I thought, what an awful thing for them to see. Because even me seeing it, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I remember them saying she was on life support. The family had to make a decision.
Yeah.
Pretty much to keep her on that or not. But
right?
What? I gotta see that. Yeah, you gotta send that to me.
Legend and Denise just stopping in to show some support. Please hit the like button. Nothing
but love.
Thank you.
Said hi to him.
Gracias. Yes, we appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna send you that video. It is a trip, but yeah, I would not recommend if you're, if you are sensitive to those kind of things. Which
girl, I just watched that movie Pray.
Who watched that recently? My son watched it. I don't watch stuff like that normally.
I was like, I know it said, at the beginning of the thing,
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was going to be that gruesome. It was gross to me.
What was it? What were they saying? That's like the new Predator movie. Is that what they said?
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I don't really watch those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to watch it the other night, and then I don't know what happened. I just left it, and then I was like, "You didn't watch the rest of this movie,
right?"
All right.
That's
crazy. Okay. So let's go to the.
Yeah, tell me your story.
Car dealership that I worked at. Okay. So this was a car dealership I worked at. It was 2001. Yeah, 2001.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 2001. I know I got busted in 2001 for a few days, but I think it was, 2001.
Okay.
So I'm working there, and because I ended up going to jail for about 8 days and then getting out and going back to get my job. And they gave me my job back.
Okay.
The guy named Tim, he was a head honcho up there on the, what is it called? He was like one of the managers.
Yeah.
So name was Tim. I'll never forget him. And matter of fact, okay, let me go back a little, because the way I got that job was like there was this car show, so to speak, and I was walking around, I was looking at the cars, and I was like, man, I need a car, right? So this guy, what was his last name? Oh man, okay, I can't think of his last name right now. Okay. But this guy sold me a car, and I go, I don't have a job. What do you mean you're gonna sell me a car? He goes, I'll sell you this car and I'll get you a job. And I said, okay, all right, well, I need a car, let's do this.
Right.
Oh, but you're gonna give me a job, right? And he's like, yeah, I'll get you a job. And I said, okay. So we ended up getting this green, it was like a cool green color SUV, right?
Yeah.
So I go to this place, and it's a Nissan place. So I go over there and I, go ahead and fill up application and whatnot. And Ray Ball was his last name.
Okay.
So he gets me the job, and I'm like, right on, sweet. So I'm working there, going with the program. I'm answering phones, and I'm the receptionist there, and it's all good. And have my ride outside, and it was going pretty good. And I started working nights from like, I'd say 4 to 10 or something like that. And I start noticing this chick walks in every night, right?
Okay.
It's all hoochie, short dress, like short skirt. And I'm just tripping for a couple of days. I'm like watching, going,
yeah,
what is she here for? And she's always carrying this container, right? And she's always looking tipsy. And I'm like,
yeah.
And she walks straight up to the general managers, all of them up there. She walks straight up there all the time. And I was like, that's funny. So I asked Roy Ball, I said, is that somebody's wife? Or, he goes, no. And I go, then, and he didn't say nothing no more. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, seeing her a few more times. And then she comes with two other girls. And I'm like,
yeah.
And me, it takes me a while. So I'm looking at them, and okay. And then I see the guys go, they leave, and then they'll come back by themselves. And I was tripping. So I go, you know what? I'm going to freaking ask straight out, who are these hoochies, right?
Right.
And he tells me, oh, they're call girls. He goes, they call them, they're call girls and stuff. So by the time I must have been about a month. By that time, everybody was drinking, like undercover, right?
On the job?
Down low on the job, yeah. And I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
But so, going along with the program and like all this stuff, okay, so years past, I left that job, right? So that was 2001. Like I said, I ended up getting busted for a few days, and then going to get my job back, which they let me, gave me my job back. Yeah. And then a few weeks after that, they call me upstairs and tells me, oh, you got to let you go. So and so said you're talking about her, and I'm like, who? Talking about who? Like, I don't talk about nobody. Yeah. I work nights. They work days up there in office. By the time I go in, they're closing down, and I'm there.
Right.
So who am I talking about? So, anyways, they made that up. Let me go. Blah blah blah.
It's good to see you.
About 2 months or a month ago, we go to this Toyota place down the street because my daughter needs a car, and we're looking for a truck, right?
Right.
And her friend from work tells her, "Oh, talk to this guy named RJ. Yeah, RJ. Talk to him." So he comes up, and I guess his name was Ronald Jr. or something, right? Okay. Chicano. Yeah. So we're like talking to him, chatting, messing with them, and
right.
I go, he goes, you know a lot about cars, and I said, well, I worked over in Nissan. I'm not going to say the city,
right?
But I worked here at Nissan for about a year. He goes, what? He's like, they closed that place down, right? I go, I knew it changed over to a different name. He goes, no. He goes, they closed that down. He goes, they got rid of Tim. They got rid of Roy Ball. They got rid of all those dudes.
Damn.
And closed it down basically because of what was going on there. And I was like, dude, I knew something wasn't right. Wasn't right. Like I said, but I really didn't stay there long enough to see the worst part of it.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what? Like I said, I worked at a dealership once, and a lot of shady stuff goes on in dealerships.
Oh, man.
Behind the scenes.
I learned the game, but this one guy that worked there, let me interrupt. This one guy that worked there, just some kid, he comes and he's at my desk and he's just hanging out, at my desk. And I'm like, what's up? I forgot his name. What's up? And he goes, I can't do this. I go, what do you mean you can't do this? He goes, I can't lie to people like that. And I said, oh, okay. And then, going along, I started learning the game, right?
Yeah.
And then this one guy that was a top seller, you got him, right? He's like, yeah, like I got him, right? And I'm like, this asshole.
Yeah.
But he would milk those. There was always that top seller guy that knew how to milk these people for,
the guy that would be selling all the extended warranties and all that.
And this other guy, he just couldn't do it. He ended up quitting and he never came back. So I was like, man, that's crazy. But I did learn a lot of the game.
Yeah.
That was going down. Like, you don't need, what is it, that insurance at the
gap insurance.
Right. You don't need gap insurance.
Right? Hey, Dr. Phil, what's good?
Yeah.
I've seen it regarding. Thank you, Dr. Phil. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah. If anyone wants to talk about that, feel free. I try to keep it, respectful, considering that he lost his life and his family's most likely watching. That has nothing to do with my feelings towards him, but I know there's a family involved.
Well, they caught the guy, right? Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. I'm gonna leave that one up to everyone else. Yeah. They caught someone, and then I'm sure channels are already reporting on the details. So, yeah.
So what were you saying about you working there?
Girl, I don't even know. Okay. I should say, because both of them were kind of gross. Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but Lexus and Toyota they're basically the same thing. They're owned by the same. Even the parts come from the same place I believe in China. Like we would receive them from China. So Lexus is on this side of the street. Toyota's over here. So whenever the Toyota girls would need to go to lunch, like if they were, someone quit or got fired or they didn't schedule right, I would go over and cover their lunch.
Okay.
Well, it just so happened the girls at Toyota, they told me one day, they're like, hey, this store is part of they would hire felons, like they were part of the Fair Chance, but all of the felons they had were S offenders.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So creepy. And one of them was constantly trying to bring us food. Like always wanted to bring something from McDonald's. And I'm like, and some of the girls would actually be eating it. I'm like, you're crazy. That's so
no.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's not even it. Like, okay, so on the Toyota side, they had this thing. I don't know if anybody is old enough to remember these, but you remember back in the day, some of the banks would have like those things. You'd put your money in the plastic container.
Oh yeah.
Put it in the thing, it would go up the chute and go into okay. Well, the Toyota side had that, and it would go to the garage, and then it would go to our office. So things could be sent back and forth. Like, well, it was supposed to be invoices.
Okay.
But the creeps that were working in the garage would like trace their self on a piece of paper, or allegedly it was, or they would put yeah, you remember those things? Yeah, I still have a bank out here by my house that has one of those. I think it's probably the last one left in town. And they would constantly be doing like nasty stuff like that. And I was like, I hate coming over here, on this side.
Yeah.
And then one day, one of the guys, and he was their best technician too, like their top technician. He did that, and the manager just so happened to be in our little office area and opened it. And he recognized the handwriting.
What?
Yeah. So he got fired right there because, that's a liability.
Yeah.
That's like a, sexual harassment lawsuit.
Yeah.
He got fired.
What year was that?
It was like 2011.
Oh, okay. I'm asking because, we have phones now, and it's funny that people can take pictures and do all that other crazy.
Oh, yeah. They just thought it was funny to, be shooting those back and forth, to those girls. But
dude, that's crazy.
With it. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to tell that guy because he would walk in, that Roy Ball that sold me the car. He'd walk in, he had his watch and his shiny shoes and, all dressed up.
Yeah.
Salesman, right? And I was like, dude, I bought you that watch.
Right? Seriously.
I bought you those shoes you have on.
Right? Just the interest alone.
Yeah, you charged me an arm and leg.
Right? Sea Dog Street creeps. That's so true.
Oh, yeah.
They were. And
Gross.
I don't know. But I mean, it's not like it was any better on the other side. It was just they were a little more low key about how they did things.
Oh, they talked to those guys though too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, totally. That they, would go to lunch together and everything. So
oh yeah.
But no offense to everyone that's a decent worker, minds their own business. Not everybody's like that.
We're not hating you, car salesmen.
No, not everybody's like that. I actually, had it not been for a few things, I actually would have liked that job, but they were real hard on us too. Like if your register was off like 5 cents, it's like either you put it in there or you get written up.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I wasn't the one on this register all day. Really, 5 cents? I just took a $50,000 cash deposit on a car up to the safe. And nothing happened.
That was crazy. Yeah. I loved that job. That was fun.
Did you? Yeah.
It was fun. I was there for a while, and that's all I've ever done really is reception jobs. I worked for this place called Buena Vista, and that was cool. That was where it was Disney.
Okay.
Part of Disney, and they would be the first ones to get the what are they called? What are those big freaking? Oh my god, I'm so stupid.
No.
Those 8-track tapes, the video.
Oh, the VHS.
Yeah. We would get the first
right
movies from them. So like we had to look at the movies before. Well, not me, but my area. They had to look at the movies before they went out. But we'd always get a new button to sport.
Okay.
Like Lion King and
oh yeah,
Jungle, whatever, and shit like that. So we'd always have a new badge
to wear. Yeah,
that one was fun. I got fired not fired, but I got laid off from there because the CEO's wife wanted a job. He's like,
what?
He's like, my wife wants to work here, and I'm like,
that's messed up, huh?
You don't need to.
Right. You know why? She probably wanted to keep an eye on him.
Something.
Right. That's the way you describe that guy, the boss man. That's kind of how I picture the one that we had right there at Lexus too. But he was like this big Italian guy, a ring on every finger.
Yeah.
You know, have the shirt unbuttoned, like with chains. I mean, you could tell who he was. Like he was the boss man.
Yeah. Yeah, Richard, that's true. We all have stories out.
Yeah, I bet we do. But yeah, I did. I mean, that was probably my only like reception secretary type job.
Yeah.
And then before that, like, I mean, barely when I was a teenager, I started working in, retail and cosmetics and went into management.
Retail. I never liked retail. I was always,
I was better at retail, I think.
Really?
Honestly. Yeah.
I, from school, ROP, I worked at that Conroy's, that flower shop.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm good with that. I do still. It's been probably 5 years, but I made my friend's bouquet for her wedding.
Oh, yeah, you're good with like decorating and stuff. So okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you know that for reals though, for the life of me, I couldn't figure out because I'm remodeling the bathroom, our bathroom. So when we went to go get the tile, I had my husband go with me, and I'm like, man, there's so many colors and so much to choose from, right?
Yeah.
So I'm asking for his opinion, and he tells me, "Oh, I don't know." And I'm like, "Dude, I need you right now. Like, I need your help." So the guy comes out. He goes, "I see that you're all," and I said, "Yeah, I'm really, it's overwhelming." And he says, "Okay, let me help you." So he's coming out and he's showing me all these different things, types of marble and this and that, and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And then, it starts to get, like I said, it's overwhelming. And I tell my husband, "Well, what do you think of this?" And he's like, "Oh, you know that?" And I'm like, "No." He goes, "Why are you asking me?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to, okay, I want to ask." So the guys, well, there's two different types of, you go like an even with even colors, or you can do like white walls and gray floor, or gray walls with white floor. And I'm like, okay. Right. And it was funny because he kept saying, "You're not with me yet, right?" I'm like, "No."
He's trying to hook you, huh? Make sure
you're laughing because he's seen my face like I'm not with it right now. I don't know what you're saying right now.
Yep. Yep. You know what though? They're trained for, like, they catch on to that. Like they know to read it in the face. Like if you're feeling it or if you're like, nah.
I had the dimensions though. I had all the footage and all the footing figured out already. I already knew it wasn't that hard. It was 66 total, all the 3 walls. And so, I knew the dimensions, but every time he talked, he would break it down to like half, like 12 by 12s. And I'm like, what? Yeah, nah, dude, I ain't following you.
Right. You're like, just keep it where I understand it.
Yeah, so he kept saying that though the whole time, and we were in there for about an hour, and he kept saying, "You're not with me yet, right?" I'm like, "No." Yeah. But then now I'm catching on. Okay,
yeah, you catch on to it now.
So at the end, I ended up getting, what I wanted, but
yeah, crazy. Definitely, it is crazy. I got to do my small bathroom too, but I'm not even trying to mess with that right now with everything going on.
Dude, it was. Yeah, it's been hard, and it's all it's exhausting because it's all mental. You're just waiting for the guys to come, and then they come, and you're like, it's everybody okay? Like I try to serve them lunch and give them water, just to be nice.
Make sure they're good for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm doing too much or not enough, and I'm like, I'm just gonna make sure they have the modelos and the refrigerator outside.
There you go. I think that's good. I think they should be happy. They probably would.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
Dude, it's exhausting. So today we had a break.
That's good.
I had my nephew over. He wanted to come over, so he came. We picked him up last night, and he stood here, stayed the night and had him pretty much all day, and then took him back home. But
okay.
I was like, we didn't do nothing with them, and the girls were all gone. The girls been here all week, and then all of a sudden, they had to go back to work, and I was like, nobody's here, man. There's nobody here to really talk to me out,
He's young still?
He's the one that turned 11.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's young. How cute.
So, but he had fun.
Yeah, that's what matters. That's what matters. My well, you know how my grandma's house is just a few houses away. My aunt still lives there.
Oh, okay.
So she had to bring some laundry up because their washer broke. And then Ruby's like, "Oh, can I go with Aunt?" I'm like, "Are you sure you want to?" Because normally, she would hang out with my grandma there. And I'm like, "Okay." She went for a little while. And then when she came back, and she was like, "Guess what, Mom? Nobody sits in Grandma's chair." I'm like, "Oh." She goes, "Maybe she's still sitting there. We just can't see her." I'm like, "Maybe, baby." You don't really know what to say sometimes.
Yeah, no, heck no, you don't.
Awkward, yeah.
But I'm surprised she went over there. That's good.
I know. I was kind of glad because I don't want her to ever feel scared.
Yeah, or be weirded out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad
what do you think, Denise, about, without saying too much, obviously everybody's talking about what happened to Savage Studios. Are you hearing a lot of that down your way as well?
No, not really.
Okay.
As far as in the streets and stuff?
Whatever, whatever. YouTube.
No, just on YouTube, just the original people that are talking about it.
Yeah.
I know that Dubs did a video and he was kind of tipsy a little bit,
Oh, okay.
And he kind of laughed. He laughed. And it wasn't a laugh about him passing away. It was a quote that he had said that kind of
was humorous, or
you know what I mean? Yeah, it was kind of like. So he, so of course he got all these comments saying that he laughed. But if you knew him, and if you know people like him, you would know that laugh was not intended for Savage Studios. So he made another video correcting, himself and saying, he didn't laugh at him. Right. He laughed at what he said, and I was like, I got it. I was listening to my brother talk when he was talking. I could hear the humor or whatever he said out of that, So not just YouTube stuff. Nothing down here. I know that another channel did something on him too, and was trying to, he kind of said he thinks it was somebody set him up or something, and then you hear a lot of things. So you hear a lot of things, and you don't necessarily go with what you hear, but then you keep an open mind. And I heard another channel say that he had got into it with this guy that got caught on his TikTok. So he was. Did you hear that one?
I had heard someone say he was arguing on a live. I didn't know if it was TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah, arguing. Oh, I think it was Instagram that he was arguing. Yeah, with the guy.
Yeah.
So that alleged gunman.
Yeah.
That was the guy he was arguing with. So
yeah.
It wasn't intense. Well, you gotta see who's that.
Ruben Sanchez. I've had mostly people that are like, I really didn't care for the dude, but blessings to his family.
Of course.
But there are some people that are just straight up, say what they feel.
Honestly, I didn't take it the way Ruben's taking it, but you can go back and look at his, both of his videos.
Oh yeah.
And just keep an ear out for the part before he laughs.
Okay. I didn't catch that one, but I know that you go on his channel quite a bit, right? So his personality.
Oh yeah. I've known him from day one. Yeah, we even have personal. I have his phone number, and
that's good.
He has mine, and I haven't met him personally, but I do talk to him on the phone.
Yeah, there was one channel. I don't even want to say the name just because I don't want to glorify it.
Yeah,
but there was one channel who had. Well, I don't want to say one channel who had beef with him because several channels did, but one channel that had serious beef with him that made a video, and he was straight up laughing. Reporting on it.
Yeah, that's too bad.
But I don't go there as far as the deeper meaning of that, because that's just not me. My point in the video that I made was just based off of this brief interaction and reason why I felt the way I had felt about it.
All right.
And you know,
yeah,
there's a family
that was a good video. You know, I wouldn't even make a video if I didn't have any connection to him. I wouldn't.
Right.
That's just me. You know, I mean, why talk about somebody that you don't know? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So no, you did that was a good video.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And then other people that I watched knew him in some type of way. Sorry.
That's how my dog sounds too when she's in here. She would have went crazy right now.
Thing is, that's not my dog.
Oh, really? That one's not yours?
No, my dog don't bark, girl. He does not bark. I don't know what, you know, maybe he had this cancer like when he was a baby, like little. Well, I wouldn't say that, but he's never barked. He barks at my husband when my husband's sitting here and he wants like a snack. He'll like look at me.
Yeah.
Right? But other than that, this one barks all at everything. Possums on the wall, the cats on the wall, the rats on the wall. Like, you know, he barks at everything. My daughter, lucky her, gets to go to Palm Springs this weekend.
What?
Leaves her dog, and I'm like, who's gonna take care of your dog? Like, come on.
She's all, you are?
Yeah. You want me to take my hotel? I go ahead.
Is that the one I saw in the picture in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Beautiful dog.
Yeah, they cemented the bathroom, right? And and so we put like this curtain up for nobody could go in there because they already took the door off. And next thing we know, we look in there and there's paw prints everywhere. I'm like, who's the varmint, man? Sure enough, it was him. Yeah.
Busted.
It was funny though.
Busted. That's funny. It happens.
Will forever be engraved in that cement.
Yeah. Like how when we do you remember like when we would do the concrete outside, we'd sign our names, kids, you know?
Yeah. My husband still has his handprint. It's a little baby handprint from when he was little.
I said mine's Jen, Denise, everyone
else.
Thank you. Right back at you. Okay, Richard's gonna tap in.
Mr. Baca.
Hey Richard, how are you? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, hear us.
I can hear you. We can't hear you.
Just yet.
Richard's sold him.
Huh?
Richard always has good schooling.
He does. I agree. He's got good schooling. He has good stories, you know. I like his feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tap back in.
So so no, I was watching Savage Studios, you know, his last video and stuff with Falaco, right? And that was the first time I ever heard him really sit down and just talk, not be all upset and not be all crazy, and you know, and I thought, wow, that's cool, man. But how sad it was to hear, you know, very sad, very, very sad.
Yeah, it is sad. Like, you know, obviously, like my kids and family. Well, I won't say all of them. One of my older children was aware of who he was based off of a video he had made about someone I cared about back in the day.
Oh, okay.
My oldest child had seen that, you know, and felt some kind of way as well.
Yeah.
But I had a subscriber actually send me a TikTok video that he had made, the Savage had made, you know, I don't know how many days before. I'd have to look it up. But it was kind of trippy. Like at first I didn't put it together what she was trying to say, but I guess he did like this, you know how you watch something and it's like I don't know if it's not a dare, but it's like, hey, watch this and do what they say or watch it 3 times. I mean, I don't do that kind of stuff because that sounds like curse kind of stuff to me. Yeah. It was a movie, right? And supposedly if you watch this movie, you know, God forbid, and said something or watched it, I don't know, that bad things happen. And it was like 5 days before.
Oh, wow.
And that he had said in that TikTok video, like I didn't believe it at first because I watched it when people were here and then I watched it when I was alone. And If I'm mistaken by a few words, forgive me, you guys. And then he said when he watched it when he was alone, that night something like the light had turned on its own. And she was like, the subscriber was like, hey, don't you think that's weird, that he like messed with that days before?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's weird, but I'm sure it's just a coincidence,
Yeah.
Sadly.
Well, things do.
I don't play with the.
Happen when you play with stuff like that.
I don't play. I rebuke that stuff in the name of Jesus. Sure. I don't play.
No, I don't either. My mind wants to. Don't get me wrong, because sometimes I want to.
That's the thing. It's tempting. You know what I mean?
Of course. Like sometimes we want to hear from our loved ones. Sometimes we want to know what. I even told my sister, man, because she had time with me, right? And I told my sister, when you pass away, I said, you come back. Tell me where you're at and what you're doing,
Right.
So no, stupid. And I said, no, for real. Like I want to know,
Yeah.
Nah, nothing ever like that. And I was more willing to play with that back then, more open, more.
Yes. See, I think for me, the one time that I was, and I don't believe it was from God at all, but the one time that I was tempted was right after my dad was killed, right after he was murdered, Hold on, Richard's trying to tap back in. Are you there, Richard? It said device not detected.
There he is.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. I hear you now. Okay, cool. How are you?
I'm good. Hello, Denise.
Hi.
Right on. I'm glad you got.
Hey, so what's tonight's topic? Is it about jobs, jobs, or just like like bad experiences at jobs, or just
Yeah, we're just jumping around everywhere.
Yeah. Tonight we're just catching back up. It's been a couple weeks, we're trying to catch back up.
Right.
Current events, jobs. But I know you've had a lot of experience with different jobs, right, Richard? Any you care to share?
I mean, I didn't really have a lot of jobs in my life. I've had steady jobs, but well, I first started out working in bars and all that stuff, and then I was a pizza cook for a while. I was a line cook for a while, but yeah, my experience, well, with the restaurants the most, I've seen a lot of people get, they were just, I would say, these bosses were not doing the right thing. They would treat people from Mexico like shit. Overwork them. Straight time and all that shit, and no break and all that, and like that's illegal, man. You can't be doing that.
Yeah.
And
I thought you were going to start talking about the food. I was like, don't tell
food?
me.
Oh man, no. But check this out. Also, in those jobs, right? Well, in the restaurants, well, back then, when I worked them, we used to get a lot of ex-felons, and the bosses didn't even want them there. So what they would do is they would just give them the hardest job. Just make them like just do dirty work. Treat them like shit. And a lot of these guys were not even used to working a normal job, because a lot of these guys who I used to know, they used to sell dope, and all that kind of stuff. So they were used to that fast money, man.
Yeah, easy money. Yep.
Yeah, and they couldn't stand
Wow.
them being a cook, being a bus boy. So a lot of these guys wouldn't even last, man. Like they would last maybe a month, sometimes 2 weeks.
Wow.
And like a lot of them,
That's good.
there was some who I worked with that were very intelligent, man. There was some guys who I worked with had no tattoos. He looked like a normal guy. And this one guy who I worked with for about 2 or 3 years, he opened up about 3 years later about why he was in prison. This guy, man, this guy, he used to be a maintenance guy, right? He had his own business, right? He knew about he knew how to fix air conditioners. He knew about plumbing, electrical work. motors, cars. He could fix anything, eh?
Wow.
Anything. And he said that he hooked up with some bad people and they used them to break in buildings and steal cars, steal like custom fucking cars, eh? Motorcycles and shit,
Yeah.
and break them down and sell the parts.
That's crazy.
And he lost his wife, he lost his kids, because they just they're all mad at him, and this guy had a nice house. I mean, he had a boat, he had all that stuff.
Wow.
He lost it all because he got caught.
Thank you.
Damn. Thank you, amigo.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Hey, so he ended up losing everything and going to prison or what?
Yeah, he was there for a while. And then after that he was working with us as a cook and sometimes the boss, right, he would have him fix things in the restaurant which he had no business even doing.
Yeah,
because I remember the first time, right, the boss knew about his history, and this guy, I won't say his name, but he says, hey Rich, man, he's like, dude, I'm not even supposed to be around any tool, bro, not even a damn screwdriver, bro, because that's how serious my case is, man. I was like, what? Not even a screwdriver? He goes, nah, dude. He said, dude, I can't even be around a damn toolbox, bro. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's serious. That's some serious shit right there, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right? They can't. I've seen two people that had something like that where they can't be around anything that could be used as a dangerous weapon.
Wow,
that's crazy.
I never heard of that. I mean, I've heard of like felons not being able to be around firearms, but I've never heard of that.
Rich, that doesn't surprise me. Like that boss worked him that way, because even
because there was times where the boss would have a friend, right, bring his work truck in the back, and he had this guy fix like the water heater, just like system and shit. He fixed the roof one time.
Damn.
He fixed the roof one time. Now I was like, dude, you're not even supposed to be doing that shit. And then he actually made a deal with the box a long time ago. He said, because he actually told me later on, he's like, I'll do this shit, but you have to give me the weekends off from now on. I was like, shit. That's a deal right there.
Yeah, right? Or pay him more, but pay him something more.
Right? If you're going out of your way and doing stuff that's not even your job, you got to try and hustle something.
Oh, yeah.
I
mean, you guys remember, like in 2000, probably like not 2000, maybe like in the 90s though. I can get by talking Spanish at a job or anywhere. You know what I mean? So back then, they didn't want to pay bilingual, so to speak. They didn't want to pay bilingual.
Oh yeah.
And I think they do now.
Yeah.
Or they have been. But back then, they were using the shit out of me and other girls that knew how to speak Spanish. At jobs,
I remember that barely came into play at Macy's around 2000. They started adding like an extra $1,
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But damn, Richard, that's a crazy.
I know.
Droops.
Hey, Droops, what's good?
That's a messed up story. But if you got the weekends off, I mean, I guess better than him.
I know.
Paying him more or something,
I know.
He probably wasn't gonna pay him more.
Weekends are
always no, man. Nope. Nah, man. Nah, he just got paid like every 2 weeks. That was it.
Yeah.
He got paid like everybody else. He was, But yeah, I mean, there was a bunch of guys like, him, but the ones, that didn't last, I remember they would tell me that they would rather go back to their cell because now, they have to worry about, paying rent now, the car tags, paying child support payments and all that stuff. Yeah. And they said that when I'm in my cell, I don't got to worry about none of that shit. I'm like, yeah. I said that makes a lot of sense. Dude.
You know what's a trip that you say that? Because Jen, remember I told you about my cousin that's busted? He has stage 4 cancer. I talked to him today, right? And we start talking about life, and I start saying, man, you never got the chance to be out here, like, I go, how old are you? Because he's gonna turn 61 on Tuesday. He was 61 on Tuesday. And I said, damn, dude. I said, you hardly were out here. He goes, yeah, that's because, it was harder. It was hard out there. He goes, when I was out there, he said, my family wanted me to change my life. He goes, and I didn't want to. He goes, I didn't want to change my life. He goes, I didn't do it for my son. I didn't do it for my mom. I didn't do it for my girl. I didn't want to. How do you say that so nonchalant, like so cool,
He was being honest, Denise, at least, I mean.
You know what he said? He goes, if I can have 10 more years added to my life, he goes, I would do something different. He goes, but I have 10 years in here right now.
Yeah.
But
I'll be right back. All right?
Okay, yeah. Okay. Tap back in.
He said he would change his life, if they gave him 10 more, God gave him 10 more years. Damn. And I was just blown away, like how easy he said that,
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna open this can. You guys forgive me if I can. I need to get my nails done, Denise. I haven't had them done in so long.
I had my nails off for I think a week.
My nails are I think it's because I'm anemic. My nails are so brittle. I need my nails back on.
No.
I go in the morning though, and I get some blood work done, and I get the results of that heart monitor I had to wear for 3 days.
Oh, right on. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Hers comes back.
Yeah,
it'll come back good.
I'm sure it's fine. No, but what Richard was saying is true. I touch a little bit my own. I always like to put it like this, or I try to.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how you are with your cousin, you speak on your own personal relationship with him or experience. You don't tell his story for him. Same thing with my brother, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my brother used to be he was a tile setter, but he was like so good. There's magazines from Pacific Grove, Carmel, the type of homes where Betty White lived, and George Lopez has a home out there that my brother did tile at.
Oh, wow.
It was really good. And it's just
I'm back now.
Okay, cool. Hey, Jen.
So what I miss?
She's telling the story right now.
187.
All right.
Appreciate it, Jen. So my brother used to be, I'll say this much, a tile setter before catching his first term and his second term. He was so good at it. They would send him, the specific guy he worked for would send him to Pebble Beach, Carmel, the homes where they had people like Betty White. George Lopez has a home out there.
Pebble Beach, yeah.
Yeah, what's his name? Clint Eastwood? Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother has work that's in some of those magazines.
Wow.
But, so he used to make, I'm telling you guys, he used to make good money, but that guy worked him like a dog.
Man.
I mean, like a dog. Because he was younger then and stronger. And unfortunately, that guy, in my opinion, he was dirty because he kept someone on the crew that kept his guys always up, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So they could get their work done. Oh. But anyways, after my brother got out from his first term, he couldn't find, that guy was scared to hire him back because he still had the stuff there,
Mm-hmm.
And he got a job working for some other construction place, but this guy legit was lowballing him. I mean, paying him $10 an hour. And for someone with his qualifications, I don't mean to disrespect $10 an hour. That's probably a lot to some people.
Right.
But he happened to be on a job where there was no safety harness, anything like that, and he fell 2 stories.
Damn.
And you know what? My brother almost died. He was in a coma for 3 months with brain damage.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
And they were already telling us, you guys, it was the most awful thing I've ever seen. I never want to see someone have a grand mal seizure.
No,
that is
outside.
And repeatedly, and then you see your loved one with all kinds of, attachments. He was on full life support in a coma for 3 months. And they were telling us, just make arrangements.
Oh my God, that's sad, man.
It's time to, let him go. But my mom, she wouldn't give up. She would not.
Sadly, that if something happened to him, these bosses and stuff, they just hire somebody else.
That guy did not even have workers' comp insurance.
Oh, I was going to ask you that too.
No. Turns out he didn't even pay into it. So somehow my mom gets this program. They end up like meta-flighting my brother to like UCSF, San Francisco. That's a pretty major hospital.
Yeah.
And whatever they did there, they were able to get him to come back out of the coma. Wow. But I honestly believe, there was damage from that incident.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was hurting somehow.
A brain injury.
Man, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, shit.
And those guys made money. If they came out magazines like that, that dude made that head foreman or whatever he was, he made bucks.
Yeah, he made money. And it was nothing back in the day. And I would be like, no. He would try to hand me like $300, $400, $500. Here, go get your hair done and a massage. Or I'm like, no, that's a lot of money. Stop it. Because we didn't have it like that. Yeah. And when he would get paid, he would try to like, do something nice for me. And, it's crazy how things change, but.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't been in the workforce for 6 years, but my last job was working at my kids' high school.
Okay.
In the kitchen. And I loved my job, man.
Really?
Cafeteria,
yeah.
Oh, hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? I actually did that for like 12 years, eh?
Really?
Yeah, elementary school. Yeah. I worked junior high also, cafeteria. I was a custodian and a gardener too.
That's cool.
And I worked at that and that, you know what? Working at the school district for as long as I did, that was a big game changer for me. Because being a bouncer, in bars and shit, in steakhouse bars, a cook, and I used to do side jobs with my tios, like cement work and all that stuff, roofing and shit. But working those jobs, I saw so much negativity. I saw a lot of drug use, alcoholics. I worked with waitresses who were part-time prostitutes.
Yes.
Or they were being pimped out by their old man.
Wow.
Or the boyfriend, just to buy their dope and shit, right? But when I worked at the school, I had to change my way of thinking, my way of talking to people, because over there it's like, you're around principals, office staff, teachers, nurses, all kinds of people. And this was the first time, and I was like about 24 years old when I first went there, and I was like, this is different, man, because like this is the first time I've ever seen people go to work happy. Like I was like, teachers and staff, I'm like, is this shit real, man? I'm like, I used to see people, come to work pissed off at the world and the chick, right? The waitress, right? With the black guy, right? With the makeup, who just doesn't give a shit. She's doing her job and shit.
Been up for days. And
it's like, and then it's like at the school, working with kids was a big new thing. I was like, man, I don't even know nothing about working with no damn kids. But then you know what? I actually learned a lot. And then with the maintenance department, that's where I learned all kinds of stuff, and I just gained all the information in my head about about safety rules and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But working in the cafeteria, that was fun.
Yeah, it was, man. I had a good time there. I worked there about 4 years. I was able to be there with my daughters, going to school and stuff. Check this out though. There was this guy, because we would open so the cafeteria would have their lunchtime, right? And then for breaks and stuff, we'd open a little side store, right?
The side window?
Yeah, the side window. So we would sell like chips and burritos and candy out of that window, right? Sodas and stuff. Well, there was a guy that I worked with, a little short chino. His name was Woody. And he would favor I'd say about 3 girls. He would favor them, right? Give them stuff, pass this and that. And I would look at him like, what do you, but when I did that to my daughter, he would get all mad. And I said, you know what? freaking give out shit to all kinds of girls. So stop, with that. Couldn't find out when I got hurt. I didn't get hurt at work, mind you. I got hurt at a store. So my work, they gave me 3 months to get better and go back full time to work.
Wow.
But I couldn't. So, whatever. It is what it is. But that dude ended up getting caught. That little guy ended up getting caught.
Doing what? Like in the act?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. One or two.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah, 1 or 2 of those little girls. And I was like, dude, I knew something was weird about him. He was just weird.
Yeah.
Man.
Favoring little girl, favoring the girls. They're only in 9th grade in high school.
Yeah.
I was like, hell no, man. But other than that, it was fun in the kitchen doing like cookies and pizzas and stuff like that. And
yeah. It's real fast paced too. Like it's fast paced job.
It was all routine. Everything was routine, but the days would go by quick. You know what I mean?
I bet your days go by fast. See, I was thinking about because I need to pick up a little. I need, truthfully, to pick up like a little side job right now, and just to get by.
Yeah.
And Ruby's.
Hey, well, Oh, go ahead.
My daughter.
Okay. No, well, if you need like a side job that actually pays more than just the average job, you could actually sub over there, right?
Oh yeah.
At the school district, sub. Yeah, for like about 4 hours or part time or
recess.
Just yeah.
They have the recess, the noon. What's it called, Richard? Noon.
Yeah.
Really?
Noon duty aid. Yeah.
Noon duty aid,
yeah. Bus aid. Noon duty aid. Cafeteria. It's like you get paid once a month, but like it's
good money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check
I remember I would actually bring home like at least almost $2,000 a month.
No
at times just from subbing. Yeah.
So happy with that.
Like,
yeah.
Also I think the most I would bring home would be about like $1,750, $1,800 a month just from working cafeteria, custodian, the gardener. It would just all just add up, man.
Right.
That's a good side job.
Yeah.
I would look into that.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I just was never released to go back to work, so I'm bummed about that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had major back surgery.
That's right.
But I missed my job. My boss was one of my homegirls I grew up with right here in Lakewood.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she would make me slide with a bunch of stuff, like I would take home sodas and whatever I wanted, basically.
Yeah, I know how same here. Like we would take home pizza, hamburgers, and chocolate milk and shit.
Yeah.
See, I had
carrot tots.
The little job. I signed up for this job thing. Like they send you alerts, like certain jobs in your areas. And a cook position came up for the county jail.
Oh wow!
And I told my son, I'm like, I think I'm gonna apply. And he's like, No, Mom, no.
Oh, hey, you know what though? I actually know some people who do that for a living. They're a cook at the jails or at the prisons, and hey, they get paid good money, man. I mean, they get paid, man.
Yeah.
And all they do is just supervise, and then all the inmates just do his work and stuff, and there's like one CO there and shit. But yeah, it's like, I mean, they actually pay some good ass cash, man.
Yeah,
some good money.
The problem though is in the requirement.
Insurance too.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking because it's county benefits, right?
Yeah.
But in the requirements, it said you have to be able to lift a 60-pound pot. And I have a back injury.
Oh, damn.
So, that's heavy. I remember
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I remember wanting to go back, and they're like, you need to lift a sack of potatoes that's like 60 pounds or 30 pounds. And I'm like, I can't do that, man.
As a boss? as a boss or what,
No,
or
just going
just
back to my
to
job.
work?
Just going back to
Oh,
my
okay, okay, all right.
kitchen job. But nah, I couldn't do it. They were too heavy.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, especially like like all that kind of food, man. It's like like all those boxes
Oh yeah,
of bananas and
yeah.
the
Yeah.
apples and all that shit, man. That's that's heavy
And
after a
the
while.
drinks that the people that drop
Yeah.
it off, they just drop it off by the door in by the
Yep.
freezer.
Yep.
You have to put it away.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
So
And
doing
all
that,
that
I
food's heavy
didn't.
at times.
Yeah, I had no problem doing it when I could, But after that, I was like, man. But you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was sitting home after about 2 weeks, and I'm like, man, my check, this and that, and worried about how I was gonna get money and what was I gonna do and how are they gonna pay. I know I had a store lawsuit coming from the store, but that'll come and go,
Yeah.
which it did.
Yeah.
It went, but my job, I was worried about my job. Like I wanted to go back to work, and I got no doctor release, so I was just like, man, I'm bummed out. After 3 months, I was like, well, you guys, I ain't going back, and
Mm-hmm.
they're like all sad for me, not to go back, but getting to the point where I was just like, man, trying to think of money. How am I going to get money, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Something called American Fidelity. It's a company. I got a freaking check from them, and I was like, what is this? Wow, And then I got a phone call. Oh, these checks will be coming to you every month. And I said, really? All you have to do is have the doctor sign it that you're still seeing the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, well, I see the doctor every month.
Yeah.
So I'll keep these, right on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me how I got that. I have no idea. It's something like Aflac. You get paid.
For like being injured?
Just because you're not at that job anymore. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't technically get
Oh.
laid. I was let go, but not laid off
Yeah.
due to
Yeah.
Oh,
an
okay.
injury that, didn't
Okay.
happen there. It wasn't what do you call it? What do you call it when you get hurt on the job?
Like a work comp injury?
Disability?
It
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
work comp.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't work comp.
Workman's
It was
comp?
just something.
No. No.
Yeah, no, it wasn't work comp because I didn't get hurt there, but gratefully I get a check every month till this day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been about five years since I haven't worked.
Yeah. Honestly, Denver Dirt Bike Squad, not to interrupt you guys, but for myself, it's not something that's I'm in a position to be able to survive off of. I'm just going to be honest, because anyone out there that's doing it, I want you to know, like last month, I didn't make anything. And that's because YouTube requires you to make, what is it, $100, at least $100 before they pay you out. And I was like $4 short.
Oh no.
So it was a tough month, but it runs a month behind. And that was the month that, my grandmother had the C word and I was caring for her. And then I had it 2 weeks before her. So it was just a bad month for me. I think there are YouTubers that are doing very well, but you have to really, be putting stuff out daily.
Yeah.
I assume. Yeah.
Yep,
Oh yeah.
Right. You gotta have
like
subscribers too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like especially those YouTubers who've been doing this for 7 or 8 years, right? A long time, and
yeah,
they have a huge following and all that stuff. So it's kind of easier for them, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not saying it can't happen, and it can happen. And honestly, people super chat or send stuff like that. Like that's what really helps you, in my opinion.
Yeah. Anything helps, though.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But you're right.
But
big numbers.
Yeah, but with the super chat though, because I know a lot of YouTubers and stuff, and they always said that they rather have the Cash App because super chat Google and YouTube takes that their own cut and stuff.
That is true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Modern can back me up here. It's either 30 or 40%.
I think it's 30. Yeah, I heard it was 30.
30?
Everybody that I donate to, I do it off Venmo.
Appreciate you.
I don't want to be all up in. Well, I don't have that super chat thing.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter was like, "No, mom, don't get all up in that. You know, some stuff can happen." And I'm like, "Okay, well." And so I do it on Venmo, like behind the scene, you know, which I don't.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't care. You know, I don't want to be all, oh my God, you gave her super chat. But
yeah, that's a couple people look out for me like that, like Venmo or Cash App, and it's always a blessing. You know, it's crazy. It's like the last time that happened, and it wasn't that long ago. Shout out to Ben. It came like right at a time where I had to get my daughter's prescription, and I was short.
See?
And I'm not saying I'm doing without you guys. I have a roof over my head.
No, yeah.
Eat, I'm not saying all that.
Well, this is what you do for you. I mean, YouTube's a place to.
It does help me to get by. Yeah.
No, yeah. Richard's right. You know, they take out percentages. Better to do it like
if you
off Venmo or something like that. That way you get, you get your whole.
Yeah.
You get the whole thing.
Yeah. Yep. So that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It is cool. It's
I know I have like 5 close YouTuber friends that I go on. You guys probably know.
Support, yeah.
And, I do support. You know, I do try to support as much as I can, and you know, it's a blessing to be able to do that. You know, because it is.
And it's a blessing to it's a blessing to give and to receive.
Yeah.
But it does feel good to give. I know I do the same. You know, it might not be, I might not be able to give hundreds or, but it feels good to be able to give. You know what I especially try to look out for? Like, I'll give you an example. Like when Cholo Trucker does his topics on child, I won't use the other word, to bring awareness to it. You guys know we don't get monetized for those type of videos. Like they're immediately flagged by YouTube.
What? Why?
Oh yeah, yep. That's Well,
even if I don't use the actual word, it never gets monetized.
Wow.
Yeah. Because there's there are many certain topics on YouTubers, who do lives. You got to be very careful what you talk about, especially if it's like politic views or world issues, the abortion topic, stuff like that. They really go after that.
I remember you telling me that, Richard. That's true.
Yeah, that I knew.
Or the COVID or the monkeypox, you can get flagged, man, for that shit. Or the whole live will just get shut down fast, man.
That's weird.
Because I've actually been on lives where we discuss politics or that the abortion topic is very touchy, and then the whole live just shut down, and then we're like, damn, live shut down, man. Crazy.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy shit, eh?
I didn't because
like what says right here, Mod Entertainment, like what he says is that it is a form of therapy. For me, that's why I started doing this. Everything else is just,
form of therapy,
definitely. And it feels good to connect with you guys, and have that personal.
And I'm an outgoing person, so I don't mind going on lives. Like I don't. Yeah. It is therapy. It is, I don't want to sit here and be a Debbie Downer and tell you guys everything that I'm going through right now. But, like who doesn't have problems, who doesn't have family issues or extended family? Like, I have 4 brothers and 2 sisters left. And they have a lot of things going on right now and it's tough. But, like I said, I wanted to come on here with you, Jen, because I know that you've been going through a lot too. And, we're here for each other and that's what it's about.
That's right.
We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to, like I said, just pray. Everybody has problems in their families and stuff and are going through so much right now. I mean, this world is not getting any better. So as long as we, keep praying and stuff and be there for each other, it's good therapy.
It definitely is. It feels good to chat with you guys,
Yeah.
For
sure. Richard?
I don't know. He can tap back in though whenever he's ready.
Yeah.
He's always got a good conversation, good feedback. Richard does. Mod Entertainment says, I get flagged all the time. You can appeal them. It's about 9 times out of 10. You know what's crazy, Mod, is the only 2 videos, like believe me, I've been flagged more than that. Like they've tried to they give me the little yellow sign. And you know what's so frustrating is then sometimes it'll turn green, right?
Oh, wow.
Like it's clear, and I'll start making the thumbnail while I'm thinking about it or do something else, and then it turns back yellow. I'm like, man, I feel like they're playing with my emotions.
Oh, so that means they flagged it when it turns yellow?
I guess, like they found something. Okay, here's Richard. They found something that was not okay, or...
Oh, okay.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm back now, eh? Hey, I got thrown off, eh? hey, no, that happens at times. That happens at times. Like, you know what? Sometimes from my experience with other, live and stuff, if you talk about something that they're watching and shit, they'll actually throw you off.
Oh, you're a burn then. Get the hell out.
What a
treat. I'll tone it down, all right? I'll tone it down. I promise.
Okay. That's funny. Yeah, no, I bet some people do. I bet
they're watching you, Richard. They're watching you.
Let's see.
Oh, hey, you know what? You should see me on some other channels, man, where we talk about, world issues, politics, abortion. Man, those topics go crazy. But actually, when it gets kind of bad, the host will shut down the live and have us all backstage, which we could still talk about this.
You know what?
In private.
Good idea. Like when things get heated, that's probably really smart, to kind of gather.
Yeah. Go backstage. Yep.
Yeah.
You can do that on here. You can go like backstage or what?
Yeah. Like once the live ends. Well, I mean, Jen could actually end this live now, right? And then have us all backstage, right?
Oh wow.
And but nobody else can actually watch it though. Just us.
Okay. Right. Like if I say like, hey, Richard, Denise, you guys hang up, just stay right there. And then it'll still show us back there.
And they don't flag that conversation.
No, because it's private. It's not published.
Yep. Okay. Private. Yep. She's right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. As humans, we have the need to express ourselves and interact. Yeah, it's good in my heart and soul. I agree. It's important.
Yeah.
Super important.
I mean, we do it with our spouses or we do it with our friends or, we do it on the side, venting and just talking about what you're going through,
Yeah. But check it out. Even some people don't have that, don't have that friend or spouse or someone in their personal life. So this is an outlet for a lot of people.
Yeah. It's funny that my sister is a security guard, right? She works 2 jobs doing security and she's always by herself, they're by themselves. So she calls me today and she's talking and I'm like listening,
Yeah.
But she's telling me everything that my brothers are going through and I'm like, because she was MIA for a while. Like I'd say at least 15 years. She was not with the family. She was just on her own trip,
Okay.
But during those years, I would be the one listening to everybody's bullshit, trying to help everybody out, right?
Yeah.
So what she's telling me today, I'm just like, girl, been there, done that, heard that.
Yeah.
You're listening to it for the first time. I've already dealt with all of them.
Right.
And they're still in the same position they were 15 years ago, sadly.
Yeah.
But she's telling me, now my brother this, my brother that, he's homeless. I go, yeah, I know. Yeah. It's tough. And if they haven't done anything to better themselves today,
right?
It's the same shit,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I feel bad because I can't do nothing for them. I did for them before when they were first going through all the stuff. I did help them.
Yeah.
Whether it was money, food, place to stay the night or whatever.
Right.
But they're still like that today, and I'm like, nah. I didn't give up, but they're on their own.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. Denise, you know what? You're right on what you're saying, but then again, it's like, you care for them and everything, but you have your own life too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm still raising 3. I'm not raising my girls, but
they're always going to be your kids.
There.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like right here, Denver Dirt Bike Squad. These lives are like therapy. Sometimes we all just need someone to talk to better than having a therapist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? For me, like with these lives, you know, which I join different kinds, but there, I would say the past 3 years, you know, since all this, you know, the whole, you know, pandemic and everything happened, I had a lot of people reach out to me, or just on these live streams, like, you know, there was some people that just needed someone to just talk to, man. I mean, there was some people that we never even seen, right? That would, you know what, hit the link, and some of them relapsed, right? You know, off, you know, drugs and alcohol, because, you know, everything was closed, right? You know, all the gyms were all closed and stuff, and for them, right, working out was like their you know, their whole therapy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, some of them, you know, were, you know, depressed, you know, their anxiety kicked in, you know, they were, you know, broke and stuff, and some of these people just needed just someone to just talk to, you know.
Yeah.
And we just talked, you know, and, you know, I listened to them, you know, and we prayed together and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And, you know, it's like,
I do that with my brothers. That's why they don't like calling
just
me.
hang in there, man.
Yeah.
You know, I go, man, that brother that she was talking about today, he hasn't called me in months, because I told him, you know, how I feel and how he's in the same position he was 15 years ago. I said, that's on you. That's on you. So I don't know if he wanted me to hear, I don't know if he wanted to hear, like, me feel sorry for him, which ain't gonna happen no more. Yeah. I pray with them, and I think that he don't like it maybe, but I don't know. He just hadn't called me, and I told her, you're hearing the same thing I used to hear, sister. Like, it's not new to me.
Right.
You know, he could have been better by now. It's been 15 years. He could have done something with his life. You know?
Man.
I mean, I know it's hard, but, you know, for men.
Yeah.
You know, you guys got it tough, Richard. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
You guys are the breadwinners. You guys are the ones that bring home the bacon. You know what I mean? And it's a man.
Yeah, well,
men.
Actually, times have changed though, Denise. You know, because there are some I mean, yeah, you're right about that. But like, there are some
there's
single
independent
moms
women
who I know.
Yes.
I mean, you know, there's single moms who I know who, you know, who are, you know, very independent, right? You know, they work for the state, the government.
Yep.
And you know what? They have a nice house. You know, they have their career job, and and you know what? This is very rare. And a lot of their you know, exes who I know, they had them sign away their rights to their kids because they don't want them. They didn't want no money. And then I was like, you had him sign away his rights? Like, are you serious? And she's like, hell yeah.
Wow.
And then, but they all made this deal, right? Yes, he signed away his rights, but he can see his kids when he wants to. I was like, well, then that's cool. Yeah. Because the reason why well, you know, they did that is because they did not want to go to court and make a big old mess out of it.
Yeah.
And some of these females, you know, who I know, right? Some of them do you know, have a boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
But they like it now where it's like he goes back to his place, and you know what? She doesn't mind, right? You know, if they take turns on the weekends, right? You know, she goes over there, you know, and then you know what? He, you know, goes over there at her place.
Yeah.
And then when they told me that, I was like, if this is happening here, then I'm sure there are a lot of women now who are doing that, you know, who are like, you know, 20s, 30s, you know, 40s and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I'm just sharing that though.
Yeah, no, that's something I should have clarified. Nowadays, girls are independent. They bring home money, they pay their bills.
I know a lot of them, man. Yep.
They don't depend on men, you know, for whatever reason they want to choose to do that.
And they raise some good ass kids too, eh? Like, you know, the ones I know, I mean, all their kids are like, you know, good students. You know, they're in sports. You know, they're in band and stuff, and it's like, man. Yeah. And you know, these moms are like super mom. You know, I'm like, hell yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool. I have a few friends, a few homegirls that are like that, and it's you know, for myself, I was brought up very old school.
Yeah, old school. Yeah.
And
I remember you telling me.
You know, so
Yeah.
I've had
a lot of my homegirls are partying with their kids right now, and it's a shame to see that on.
I have
Oh, I've seen that too. Yeah, that's not right.
No.
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
You know, there's a lot of things that we see right now out in the streets that are these kids going all buck wild, doing a bunch of stupid shit. Where do you think their parents? Like, where are they? You know, probably at work.
Yeah,
I'm guessing they're at work and they're hustling 2 jobs and what I see too is like kids have their phones right here, man. Their phones are just they're out.
That's
They don't
you're
have
right,
nothing,
Denise.
they don't have
Denise,
nobody.
you are so right about that.
Yeah, they don't have nobody else to talk to.
It's true
because they're talking to their phone, and it's like, man, put that phone away, or parents take their phone for a minute, communicate with your kid, man.
Yeah,
you know, because all the communication they're getting is that phone, and
Exactly. That's so true.
It's sad.
Yeah,
Sad thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Denise, since you brought that up, right? I remember at the school district, right? When I worked there, they would have, on Fridays, right? All the bad kids there, right? Detention and stuff.
Yeah.
In the cafeteria, and I remember there was this one kid, right? You know, you know, had a nice, iPhone and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, hey, let me ask you a question. He's like, what? You have an iPhone? He goes, yeah. I said, dude, you are always, in trouble all the time. And then he's like, so? And I'm like, so, your parents bought you that? He goes, yeah, and you know what? I'm like, what? I also have this too. I said, you have a debit card? I was like, you serious? He goes, yup. And after this, man, I'm gonna go to McDonald's and buy food for me and all, his friends and stuff. And then I was like, man, dude, if I was your parent, bro, I wouldn't even let you have none of that. He started laughing.
Right.
Yeah. And then and I told him, right, I was like, look, let me ask you a question, bro. He's like, what? What do your parents do for a living? He's like, they both work at the prison. I'm like, oh damn. I was just like thinking, wow, man. And they buy him whatever he wants and shit. Damn. There's no discipline and shit, right? Which I could see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, that is just man. It's like,
yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild.
See, that's insane, man. Parents.
A spoiled ass kid, eh?
Yeah, spoiled. Yep.
That's one
spoiled,
thing.
Privilege, fucking, it's like, come on now.
With a
take away that.
With a debit card?
Yeah.
With a debit card?
Same shit up here. Same thing where I live. Debit cards and kids are just, they're just spoiled, and it's like, nah, man.
I've actually seen more of these kids, not kids, but like teenagers now with debit cards just buying all kinds of shit now. I'm like, what the hell?
And you know what? Wow. You know what just came to my head, Richard? It's probably those latch. Remember back in the day, they're called latchkey kids.
Yeah,
you remember?
I remember that.
Yeah,
latchkey kids, right? They're the ones right now that are in high school. Because latchkey was back in what, the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. We heard latchkey.
Yeah, I remember my cousin was a latchkey kid. So yeah,
I mean, those are kids that are still. Those are kids now that are in high school that have those debit cards and phones like that.
This channel says, Richard, but can a woman change a tire? Some women can. I know a couple chicks that can. I have never attempted.
I'll be honest, I can't change a tire for the life of me. That's why my husband has AAA.
Yeah.
Just Google it. Google it.
Right?
Google it.
Right.
Or YouTube it.
Yeah, you can do that with just about anything now, right?
Oh yeah. I'm sure if you had to give, if we had to do that.
Yeah. For sure. See, we're like an hour and 34 minutes. I'm probably
a lot of changes, A lot of changes.
Right? I know I'm trying to get with the times because I came up old school, but my life and
same here.
Are doing yard work. You know what I mean?
I get down doing the yard work.
Oh yeah, I'll do that all day. Oh, Julio, look at. Thank you.
Hey, my cell phone's dying, girl. So I'll talk to you all soon. Okay. You all take care and God
Take care,
bless you. All
Leslie.
right.
God
God bless
bless
you
All
too,
right.
you.
Richard.
Thank
We'll
Bye.
talk to you
you.
soon. Bye.
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 Thank you, Julio. Bye-bye.
Good night. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah, we're gonna
let's do
cut
like
out.
5 minutes. Let's do like 5 minutes more.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do that. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my husband's fault right there. I probably would have to change a tire if I had to. But picking up the phone is faster. AAA, yeah, I'm over here.
Yeah. My grandpa used to, my grandpa spoiled me. Now that he's been gone for 15 years, but I will say that man would never allow me to pump gas, carry my own groceries. When it was time for me to go home, he would follow me to my house. It was only a couple miles away, but he would go through the house and check the house. But he was old school. Like, he came up rough. He had 16 brothers and sisters.
Whoa.
And they came up in a rough part of town.
Yeah.
So, and I was the only granddaughter.
Oh,
so
then yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It was a shock.
And man, I miss those grandpas, man. I was just talking about them the other day. It's like, man, generations and it's getting closer to like the our parents, like my mom getting up there,
God bless you, Julio.
Thank you so much, Julio. That's a huge blessing. For Jen.
It's awesome.
So yeah, just missing those grandpas that were like that, dude. It's like, man, I wish they were here. I so wish they were here. It just not taking stuff like that, learning stuff like that, just doing things that my mom taught us, because my mom had 8 kids and I was a baby of 8. So I didn't really have to do much. I mean, yeah, she taught us how to clean the house and stuff like that before we could put makeup on and get ready to go out. That house had to be clean. And I think I shared this with you guys before, but I'll share it again real quick. If we put makeup on and the house wasn't cleaned, my mom would come up to us and just like smear our face, not to be mean, but to teach us, hey, go back over there, clean what needs to be cleaned, and then you get dressed. So until we learned that routine, she would, be honest about that.
Right.
So I mean, that made me, and I know my sisters too, good housewives. I mean, we clean our houses are clean. They're not bad,
Yeah.
So just having to grow up like that, I didn't have grandparents that my grandma was there for me, as far as like she would take me all the time and spoil me and be there for me. She would go to school with me when I had to have her go to school with me and stuff like that. So she was very involved. My grandma was, but yeah, and I just growing up like that. It's a trip.
Yeah, it's the same. My parents, I would say, and I'm not complaining, I'm grateful. They were very hard on me, but my grandparents, they spoiled me. I will definitely say that.
That's cool, Eastbay. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I miss that. I wish that I had grandkids, right, to do that with. Like you, Jen, you guys have to spoil, and I do that with my girls still. If we're out and about and they want coffee and Starbucks and whatnot, I don't drink Starbucks myself. I don't drink coffee, but they want it. I'm like, yeah. They turn me on to that boba stuff. So I
oh, do you like that?
I
really
love
loves it.
Yeah.
Girl, I was gonna get the stuff to make it at home, because we found this.
Yeah, they did that too, but it didn't come out good. It didn't
really?
Come out
okay.
Yeah. I guess you got to know. Well, they knew what they were doing, obviously, but it was just not the taste. And I thought, it's because we don't have all those machines,
The different stuff, yeah.
So that was fun, though. Doing that was fun.
Cool. Well, you get to enjoy them for now. Enjoy your girls, and one day they're going to tell you they're having a baby, and you're going to get to enjoy a little baby too.
I wish. I hope so. I hope I'm not too old to be moving around with them,
Oh, no. You're plenty young enough. You got time, so it'll happen.
Yeah. So I'm glad to see you guys. Your new baby. I got a new baby yesterday. My niece. I had a new baby girl.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Named her Lily.
Oh, that's cute.
Lily Isabel. Lily Isabel or something like that. But yeah, I just got her. Had her yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
My sister that's in the hospital, her son.
Oh, okay. You ladies look sleepy.
You look sleepy?
I am. Yeah.
Open your eyes.
Right.
I have to remember to open my eyes. Otherwise, I do have lazy eyes.
Yeah. These glasses, I'm still trying to get used to, my prescription ones. So.
I mean, I have these, but like I tell you, I don't like the shape of them, and I want them bigger like yours, so I just don't use them.
Yeah.
And then in the daytime, they turn real dark. So I'm like, nah, they look funky.
We're both stubborn,
but they look really, really weird. So
right? How funny.
But yeah, so it was a good night. Thank you for
it was a good night. Thank you.
Buenas
noches, East Bay. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, shout out to Julio. Thank you so much. You're always coming through for me and supporting me. 2A Chicano, Denver Dirt Bike Squad, Convicted to Christian, Nando Sons, Dr. Phil, Mod Entertainment. I'm trying to go through and shout out everyone. Bob Maori, Jab 187.
Oh, Bob's on? I didn't know Bob was on.
He was on, yeah. Aquatic Amigos, shout out to you, Beatriz. Shout out to the homegirl right there from my town, Ruben Sanchez, the Sea Dog and Cooper Show, Nothing But Love, Mr. Wilson's View, Nay Love, Brenda Love. Did I say that right? Yeah. Aww. Riverside. All of you guys. Yeah, everyone. If I missed anyone, and Sauce is spelled differently. I think I got it. If not, much love to you guys, myself and Denise. And we'll do something very soon. Okay. Yes.
Next time.
Good night. Buenas noches. Bye.